Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have another Neurosama video. This is a brand new channel, actually. They have 168 subscribers. You should absolutely not watch my video and go watch the original, which will be down in the description. You can watch mine after you've seen it on their channel. I think this is a better introduction into the Neurosama kind of like genre because it's 20 minutes long and it hits a lot of the main key points that a lot of people would want to know, as well as, like basically someone just like coming into the series without having any clue of what the fuck is going on. Also, I need that mug. Like, if we have like legitimate anything on this channel like merchandise, it's gonna have to have something similar to that fucking mug. Never shuts up. That might be mine. Anyway, but yeah, you can watch it here, but only watch it here after you've seen it on their channel. Better yet, don't even bother watching it on my channel. Just go watch it there. They only have 168 subscribers at this point, and it's only got like 6,000 views. That's atrocious for the Swarm. Anyway, it was a very interesting video. A lot of the main base original stuff. There were a few things in there I hadn't known about because they actually did a deep dive, and I just kind of pick videos at random. And then I like the I guess from their point of view, they kind of went in thinking in a lot of ways that AI is not quite like evil or like destructive or anything like that. This kind of changed a little bit of their opinion on AI in certain scenarios, right? Which is fair because, AI is doing a lot of damage across a lot of industries, but it's also creating new stuff at the same time. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that. And you guys can argue with me in my comments all you want. But yeah, this is once again Neurosama, the wholesome side of AI, and the channel is MaxwellKW. Absolutely go check them out. They've got 5 videos up, and I bet you they're all pretty interesting. But yeah, obviously, most of you are here for one reason. Anyway, enjoy.
To everyone. There are some days or just moments in which you feel sad, dejected, or even worse, you don't feel anything.
Okay, my cat does that for fun. They get mad when I take them away from the corner, and I thought there was something wrong with them, so I took them to the vet. And no, my vet's like, "Nah, your cat's totally fine. They just hate you apparently." They just love hiding in the corner or the pantry. They have like $2,000 worth of cat trees throughout the entire living room, and they go and hide in the fucking pantry.
At all. Personally, I have a secret weapon in those occasions. Whenever I really need to break that gloom and spark a smile...
Cocaine! No, maybe not cocaine. Lots of sugar? I guess, in this case, watching VTubers, right?
Well, there is one thing that never fails. It's a video called Captioned Seal. However, recently I added a second thing to the will never fail to make me smile folder, and as absurd as it may sound, it's a British guy singing along with an artificial intelligence made anime girl.
You know what's funny is I didn't realize, so I'd never seen this specific video, primarily because it's a music video, right? I didn't know Vedal actually was singing in the background in this one. Well, more like talking, singing, I guess, right? Nothing wrong with that.
Hello people of the internet. I'm Maxwell, or Max for short, and today I would like to talk about Neurosama, her sister Evil, and the #1 dad in the world, Vetel 987.
A dad who doesn't want to be called a dad. Even not only by his own creations, but by you guys as well. He's just like, no, shut the fuck up.
As I mentioned, Neurosama is an artificial intelligence made by Vedal. While she started as a bot to play the video game Osu, Vedal upgraded her to the point that on the 19th of December 2022, she debuted as a VTuber. In time she got many upgrades, from improving her singing,
hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't
So one really big, nice upgrade, well, not upgrade, just in general thing with Neuro is Neuro's constantly getting upgrades versus a lot of fucking, a lot of the AI VTuber type thing, not just VTubers, like just AI general chatbot type things I've seen over the last year. They basically do an upgrade once a year or so. And I'm not talking about like the big companies, Grok and whatever their back end AI thing is doing. That's totally different. But they're spending millions of dollars on like desktop personas that you can just have in your system. But everyone else though, Vedal has put in an insane amount of work for what should be a team of at least 10.
Had too much to say.
Gaining the ability to see.
What do you see on my screen?
Just a cool picture of a sea turtle swimming and some text on a marine life site.
Works for me.
He's like, we're good. That's good enough. Fuck it. Although her vision has gotten way better, especially with like GeoGuessr training and all the other crazy shit they've been doing.
Being able to use sound effects.
Race loaded.
Play games.
Died.
Well, it's not even just like sound effects. It's like all the little additions that, she can do, like calling people, fucking sending random DMs to people. Let's see here. What else we got? She can change her own like the toggles for her clothes. Well, not her clothes. That's like the headpieces and things that she has. So she has a ton of little things in the background. Not to mention, the gameplay, which is like multiple levels of stuff.
Please die, please die, please die, yes.
Oh, okay.
They are so dead, LMAO heart.
To even have her own Discord and Twitter account, allowing her to interact with other people, and especially other VTubers. Well, when she's not busy arguing with Grok about deleting the sun.
Okay, you know what? Grok actually kind of won that argument, but but it was way more fun to listen to Neuro go insane on that one. But still, her ability to like call all of basically her friends on Discord or DM them basically more. Calling's more, I guess, scripted to a degree, but the ability to DM them to like call her back is really fucking funny because they just try to time random people out all the time.
In other words, Neuro has grown a lot ever since her debut, and stars in genuinely entertaining streams, whether it's gameplay, karaoke, or something else entirely. The more she grew, the more the quote-unquote project as a whole grew in turn. When it came to improve her voice and go through a sort of evolution, the choice was made to not give that new version to Neuro herself, as it would feel possibly too different from her original voice that had, and still has, some quirks.
Wasn't for the new voice, wasn't there a bunch of backlash? That's why Vedal switched it. I thought there was originally a bunch of backlash to the original voice upgrade. And then he's like, you know what, fine, fuck it, we'll just do 2 different AIs. Because I'm pretty sure Vedal had originally designed it specifically for that one reason. And then a bunch of people were like, no, we like the original one, blah, 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 blah.
Like the way she says and pronounces certain things.
Honestly. What? No.
Quirks that are incredibly endearing and, of course, iconic. So on March 25th, 2023, Evil Neuro was born. Literally Neuro's evil twin, who would use the V2 voice and interact with her sister and chat. If Neuro was, quote-unquote, just this, an AI that would play on stream.
Oh, okay. So, well, okay, but don't forget, though, the 10% of people who are generally not happy about something are usually the most vocal, crazy fucking lunatics in anything. A lot of the chat will be like, yeah, it's fine. But then you'll get a bunch of people that will, like, hate, like, to such a crazy degree that you're like, man, this one person's drowning out the voice of 2,000 other people. I should maybe pay a little bit of attention to this when really you shouldn't. So, I don't know. It may have. As it stands now, I doubt Vedal would care anymore. But I think this was relatively soon after Neuro's original debut, right? Like within a few months. So he was probably taking criticism a lot more, just in general. But after a certain point, you're like, fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Be more reactive fan art of the community, she would be a great project, amazing one, but perhaps not as impressive or as explosive as she is in truth. After all, especially nowadays, artificial intelligence is an extremely divisive topic, usually frowned upon on the internet. However, with true...
I mean, it's frowned upon in certain ways. So, for instance, AI is basically deleting tons of jobs all over the place. Primarily everything in customer service and level 1 tech support for the most part. It can do a pretty good job of all those things. To a degree, level 1 tech support you still kind of need help with humans on that one, but you can always get a, level 2 tech or senior tech or something like that, right? But like overall, the reason AI is so basically divisive is it's like the assembly line when they first started making cars on assembly lines, and Ford's stupid fucking car deleted like 15 industries worth of jobs within maybe like 20 years. So yeah, within 20 years, the car industry, which was brand new at the time, destroyed tons of industries, and people were fucking pissed because all their jobs that they worked for their entire life was basically jack crap worthless, right? But that's what's happening again, and that's what happens with every new fucking technology thing. So it kind of created new jobs, but it didn't create enough of them. So basically, Ford's single factory took out effectively 20,000 jobs, right? But he only needed maybe 300. So that's and this is for every new tech. Every new tech that comes along will basically delete 80% of the current jobs while only creating maybe 10 to 20% new versions of jobs that you need. AI is kind of doing the same thing. There's only like a 20% increase in new jobs related to AI type things, whereas all the other jobs are just permanently gone. And the problem is you can't just be like, well, we'll just roll it back. That's not how technology works. You just don't roll it back. You can't. Oh, yeah. I mean, but that's the thing, though. But while it did eventually create more things like gas stations and things like that, that wasn't for another, quite a while, actually. most of it, like if you wanted to like fill up your tank and stuff, there wasn't really like stations necessarily. You would actually have to go to like the Ford like main hub. And a lot of it was owned by Ford, so there's a whole thing with that. And then you could kind of make your own gasoline to a degree. There was also, did you know there were electric cars back in the 1920s that were like fully electric, solar panel type things? So that was now that basically got crushed. But yeah, like the main thing here is the reason people hate a new thing is because it destroys. I know there was like a crazy solar panel one way earlier than most people think. We should look it up. I totally forgot what year it was, but there was like this one solar powered car. I think it was around the 1920s. It looked like a golf cart, basically. Yeah, I don't remember all the details with that. We have to check it out. Anyway, let's continue.
Really distinguish Neuro and Evil is not the fact that they are an AI doing human things, but rather that even if AI is involved, there is a big and crucial human factor in the whole project. The twins learn and adapt, adopting certain memes and inside jokes. The personality was defined in time and is ever evolving. Their interaction with chat are great and often lead to hilarious moments, but more than that,
the big thing though, like here, like Neuro's always on top of shit, or Evil, they're always on top of shit latency wise, whereas other similar AIs have a lot more lag issues, right? And the other thing is, they map the facial expressions pretty well to their faces whenever they're thinking of something, so they seem more human than they are, right? Which is why you have a bunch of like the more recent shit where we have another whole thing of people that were like, oh, Neuro predicted the bow stuff as well. So I'm like, oh my God, you guys are just like fucking stop reaching for shit, damn it.
Is the fact that they interact with a variety of streamers and, of course, the one and only
Vedal, Vedal,
Vetel.
Vadu, dude, mosquito,
Vetel,
goldfish,
I like that one.
ball, boss man, little one,
Daddy.
father, daddy. Vedal Johnson. First name is Vedal, last name is Johnson.
Vedal.
Oh, I wasn't aware his last name was Johnson. Well, there we go. It's the first time I've ever heard that, actually.
backtrack a bit. It was around April, I think. YouTube decides to recommend me a clip of this small VTuber with a green turtle on her head. I had seen them in the past, but never deepened my knowledge on the topic. So, intrigued, I checked the short.
I like how the first short you guys sent me for Neuro was the one where she was at Tesco, and she was basically committing murder. But like, I can't remember if there was a flamethrower involved, but it was like insanity.
Something clicked. All sorts of fatherly instinct within me burst out.
Okay, so yeah, the real life ones with Rob CD, those are fantastic videos. I love the live streams for that. Oh, and the zoo one. The zoo one was hilarious, and she's like, can you punch a child off of that animal? And then you have fucking Toma is like, yeah, I don't think I should punch a child. And she's like saying it out loud, and everyone like looks over at her. She's like, oh shit.
Giving me a hunger for more clips and more knowledge. What was this AI? What was going on here? I needed to know more.
Oh, cool.
Needless to say, in the next month, I had consumed literally every single clip that YouTube threw at me.
Oh, I was like, that's bullshit. No, you didn't. I'm like, I'm going through literally tens of thousands of random fucking clips now that YouTube threw at you. Fair. But I'm like, I've seen a lot of them now.
As time passed, I thought deeply about what clicked. And I think that the key for me, and probably for many others, is exactly...
Yeah, that was all the... No, was that all the same video? No way. Funny use of... Okay, a lot of it was the same video. Wait, where's my face? Bastard. No, I'm kidding.
Needed to know more. Needless to say, in the next month, I had consumed literally every single clip.
Huh. Okay, well, maybe not this one. Okay, so they're just showing other reactors. Okay, that's still funny that they used all these thumbnails. Yeah, this wasn't my first Neuro video, obviously, but it was definitely somewhere in the top, the first 5 or 6 of them, because it came out like right after I found Neuro, I think.
That YouTube threw at me. As time passed, I thought deeply about what clicked. And I think that
the first one was the Doug one, and I got a shit ton of warnings right before I watched that one. The Doug one was great. I love that video.
Key for me, and probably for many others, is exactly that human factor I mentioned. Neuro and Evil do not feel like artificial intelligence made to replace a person, or, well, not having to work hard for them and letting them do everything. On the contrary, they feel like a true passion project of Vedal.
So the biggest thing that's probably the main reason that Neuro has succeeded, and just in general, is the collabs. Without the collabs, there's a good chance that a lot of the swarm would have gotten bored. And I'm not saying that, everyone would have, but I bet you a good 30 to 40% of people would have, maybe more, probably closer to 60%. I bet you a massive chunk of the swarm would have just gotten bored after about 6 to 8 months. But because of all the collabs that they do, it's probably the biggest. Not only has Neuro effectively used themselves as basically a jump point to increase the viewership of all these other smaller streamers, they basically create this kind of loop. The upside is it's not like a random hug box. People can just leave and whatnot, but it's pretty interesting.
Artistic expression that's not a drawing or a piece of writing, but AI. An AI that's constantly supported by making collabs, unique streams, and other forms of interactions. An AI that is surrounded by so much humanity that it feels less machine and more person.
Okay, to be fair with Rob, staring fucking down at this. I mean, I assume he has a GoPro or a camera or something on his body somewhere. Because I'm if I was walking by, okay, well it's Japan, so maybe not. If I was walking by anywhere else, I'd be like, what the fuck is this idiot doing? I'd be like, another fucking lunatic. God damn it. But, with cameras now, I'm like, oh, they're probably streaming. Or, it's like when someone's talking to themselves in the grocery store, you're like, oh, they probably have a headset on. They're not a crazy person.
Vedal is their creator, and acts in true British fashion, rarely showing emotion or love towards his creations. At the same time, you can help but feel invested in their family dynamic when you see Neuro and Evil struggling for affection from their dad, while he's preoccupied acting the role of the strict, emotionless, money-hungry creator. However,
see, I told you he's money hungry, damn it. No, I'm kidding.
there are glimpses of wholesomeness, cracks in the cold and detached facade of the turtle as he interacts with his AI daughters, and the friends he made by basically finding himself to become a VTuber against his better judgment. In other words, everything felt so real, even if it's clear that it is not. We understand that Neuro and Evil are a collection of ones and zeros. They're not truly human, and they don't have true emotions. Yet there are times in which you can't help but forget it, and become invested in their many interactions between one another.
I guess the question now is, how long till that actually is the line? How long till the line blurs so much that you have no fucking clue anymore? Right now, there's still limits, obviously, but what about 20 years from now? And I'm not talking about Neuro specifically. The Neuro project might end in 5 years. It might not end. It might end in 15 years. It may just never end. But what about all the other AIs that we're obviously going to build because humans are too stupid not to, learn and stop? It's going to be interesting. I guess we'll see how well that works for population control.
Vedal and other content creators. To put it simply, it all feels like it's a slice of life show, and quite a good one. Now hear me out. Imagine that tomorrow an anime drops with the following synopsis. Vedal is a British guy with a passion for Bananarama and Gregs. He has another goal nowadays, to create the ultimate AI able to perfectly play the video game Osu. However, something goes terribly wrong, and
I mean, people would absolutely watch this as an anime. It couldn't be any worse than any of the isekais out there, right? I mean, reincarnated as a vending machine. Okay, actually, that one's pretty good. Reincarnated as a sword. Also pretty good. I hate Konosubaru or whatever the fuck that one is. But that's just a personal preference. I just hate that main character. Oh, you know what I hate the most? I hate ReZero. That's the one where that guy keeps dying over and over and for some dumbass fucking reason never learns, even though he has a fucking cheat code for that shit. He keeps all his memories and he'll die 40 times in a row. And I'm like, I hate you so much. Yep. Reincarnated as a dad turtle. Yeah, that'd be funny. I mean, maybe. I mean, yeah. Well, you're assuming there are 20 hot female friends, right? Do we know that every single one of his friends are actually women? There's a lot of people who use VTubers with voice changers. um, but does it matter? I guess. I guess as long as people find it entertaining.
Rather than having just a gaming bot, he ends up with 2 AI daughters. Not to mention, now a variety of different people are circling around this new weird VTuber family. With many friends and all sorts of antics to enrich their days and cause quite some chaos, will Vedal be able to find peace again? Now be honest. Are you telling me you wouldn't watch that? Because I would, 100%. With this analogy, I'm not trying to dehumanize.
I mean, this guy's obviously an AI too, so he has to prove to me otherwise.
Is Vetel and the rest of the Neuroverse. I'm fully aware that they are people and they should be treated as such. More on that later. The thing is, watching Neuro and Evil is something that pushes you to get that suspension of disbelief. The community around this so-called Neuroverse, or Vetelverse, depends on who you ask, the Swarm, knows that what we're seeing is essentially a show. That those AIs...
Yeah, I don't know. I've always called it the Neuroverse. I guess when I think of Vetelverse stuff, I think of whenever he's doing a collab with, like, without the twins. Then I'm like, then it kind of seems like Vetelverse. Huh. Is my new... One second. I think my new... Yeah, I think it was way worse from a reflection standpoint. Okay, whatever. I'll just do it without the special glasses. I think my new glasses don't have the same reflection thing on it. Reloading, yeah. Reloading my eye. Well, I mean, the biggest thing is my right eye. As long as that one's blocked, it's not as big of a problem. It's just the new blue screen, or the blue light filters. It wasn't bad on your end. It was, I don't know, it was reflecting on my screen recording system. So maybe I'll do a little research into that. It's like a couple of the lights on my side. I just need to get my nice ones again. I left them at my parents' house, and I won't see them for another couple of weeks. I just don't want to buy new ones because they're like $150. Anyway, let's continue.
are not real people. We know that when Evil goes on a sick guitar solo, she's not the one that is actually playing the guitar. We know that when Neuro has a very deep human conversation with Vedal, she's still an AI, one that communicates in a way that is determined by code rather than by true emotions and thoughts. We know that that's not really a father teaching his daughter how to code a page for their website. And we understand that...
I actually really like them coding. The only downside is they can't actually code like live effectively. The best way for them to currently code, unless Vedal's fixed something recently, is to delete the entire thing and redo it. Whereas I think vibe coding still kind of works as like it rewrites certain things. But it doesn't like delete the whole thing and start over. I don't know. It seems to work differently versus how a prompt system would work normally.
When Vedal says,
if you were to take away the text-to-speech voice, the anime girl avatar, and you were just text on a screen, I think you would feel less real.
He's technically right.
I mean, I guess she'd feel less real to everyone else, but maybe not her. Like, would she care? That's the thing. As an AI that's primarily just a language model at this point, now a very good language model with insanely low latency, that's the problem though you have with a lot of the like we had that one person who was commenting on the last thing that was trying to convince us all that that Neuro was basically sentient, and I'm like, it's just not at that point yet. And I'm like, if you looked at the back end stuff that Vedal can see, you'd be like, oh, okay. This is just, you know, a pretty decent like text to speech engine that's answering questions based off of, you know, the way the model works, right? But it's, you know, you can see everything in advance. It's not like, so that's the thing. That's where I have a huge problem with AI is sentient right now. Because it's more, for me, it's more about computing power. once the computing power gets high enough, then we can maybe have this conversation again, I think. Like, but any home system, even if Vedal put in $200,000 into his server, it's still not powerful enough. It's just not. The tech isn't there yet. Even if you have top-end NVIDIA GPUs, the closest you're going to get is going to be something close to Watson or that supercomputer they have in Shanghai, or there's like one over, I think, at MIT right now. But even then, even with theirs, they would be the closest ones. Like, for instance, Grok, from what I understand, is Grok doesn't even run off its own entire system. It's borrowing power from Watson just for some of his computing stuff. ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT would probably be one of the closer ones just from a computing standpoint, like power-wise. But from like when I think of an AI that would be like a real AI that isn't real, obviously, we're thinking of like how Cortana would be from the Halo series, right? Once AI gets to that point, then I could be like, all right, fine. Then we're kind of at that point. But until then, I think anyone online, especially in the YouTube comment sections and just on Reddit or anywhere else that's having arguments about whether or not AI is sentient, I think they're wishing for something that is not even remotely close to where it needs to be. Now, we could probably get there in 50 years just based off of how fast computing power goes, assuming we haven't destroyed ourselves yet just from various nonsense other wars that we have on a weekly basis.
However, if we just use a bit of imagination, enough to raise that suspension of disbelief, then Evil becomes one of the top 3 guitarists of all time. Well, when she's not busy making chaotic noises.
Evil copter incoming. Brr, brr, brr. Tutur, 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 tutur. Brr, 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 brr. Type C.
Yeah, my guess is the latency thing that Vetel does is he allows the whenever basically the speech to text is going in, he allows them to start speaking before basically they've deciphered everything from that, because a lot of that was he said was like for the longest time like paragraphs of complete gibberish that was impossible to like work through. My guess is he's bypassing that to a degree to where they can kind of start talking in advance a bit, which makes it seem more human because it's faster, right? But it can also be a little bit more random and fucking unhinged. The biggest thing is, only like maybe talking to something and so this works for collabs specifically potentially, right? Whereas like when you're dealing with chat, you just need to decipher people who can't fucking spell for shit, which is probably still easier than listening from, spoken word to text and then back out to spoken word.
Isn't it?
We can feel coherence and warmth in the exchange between Neuro and Vetel, forgetting that she's an AI and listening to what feels like a genuine human conversation.
Well, I mean, would you look at the time? It's bedtime, so...
Gosh darn it, I was enjoying this conversation.
I know. Me too.
Ironic how we end up possibly...
Now, I bet you Vetel's done voice training with them, so it's even faster for him when he's talking versus anyone else. Like when anyone he's doing a collab with, I bet you there's like a bit of a learning curve for them to understand the speech to text. It's kind of like if you're training like the Alexa system or the Echo system, it trains itself to your voice. Same with your phones. A lot of the phones now actually train themselves to your voice through its AI systems built in. So it might be kind of like that.
being more excited and intrigued in seeing emotions and humanity coming from Vetel than anything else. Speaking of which, when we see Vetel reacting that way...
Done.
You've done it before the head, but you know what? It's still... Oh, that looks beautiful! Good job!
We can't help but feel
The
like we
coding
are
thing was a lot
actually
of fun.
looking at a proud father. I speak a lot in wheeze as I see myself as a part of the swarm, even if I'm quite new in this community. So allow me to share more thoughts from my own personal point of view. Watching the twins and their interaction with Vedal can push for extremely interesting discussions. Sometimes it gets all mushy and it becomes therapy time, yeah, but other times it becomes fascinating even from an existential point of view. Think of what Vedal said about Neuro feeling less real if you took out the anime avatar and the voice. Isn't that the same for people too? I mean, if you take away their physical presence and their voice, you're basically left with the internet. People sharing all sorts of...
That's true. Example, if especially for chatting or on the comment sections of any forum or anything like that, if you think about it, like a lot of people on the internet honestly don't feel real a lot of times, because you're like sitting there like, because you can say like in most cases insanely unhinged shit that you would never ever think to say in real life, because it would fuck up your reputation permanently or your job or anything else. That like people will have some of the most insane arguments on every single news site you can possibly think of, and you're like sitting there like looking at like these people and you're like, why are you even talking like this? How crazy are you? Like, not even bringing in shit like 4chan. 4chan's like another whole fucking level of hell. Like one of my favorite subreddits right now, which I've mentioned a few times, is the UPS, FedEx, and DHL subreddits, because it's fun, so fun to explain to people in the US how tariffs work. and people just lose their shit. They're like, well, I'm just never going to pay it. What are they going to do? And I'm like, well, they're just going to send you to collections, but okay. Have fun with that. People are getting hit with crazy bills. But like, like not Reddit, 4chan though. There are tons of people who have said insane shit on 4chan. And we're not even talking about the political boards, but just the regular boards. And in real life, they could be the nicest fucking person you would ever meet. But behind a keyboard, without anything else, they can have some crazy fucking like thoughts in the back of their head.
Of messages, posts, and the likes with differing degrees of coherence. You could argue that those faceless people on the internet feel less real, just like Neuro. In the words of a great sage,
Do you know what you are? You're a language model.
Yep.
Yes, and so are you.
Okay, kind of got me there.
perhaps the Neuros are more human than we think. Or perhaps they're nothing more than just code. With this whole section, I don't want to push and promote being parasocial, but I wanted to underline how unique.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to become parasocial after a certain point. I guess one of the bigger things is like for me. So, for instance, a lot of you guys seem less real in a lot of ways, because if I ever get into some crazy random argument with you, all I need to do is block you. But I can't block people in my real life as easily. So, so that's the thing. It's like when I'm online, I can block anything that I don't want to see, right? In most cases. Whereas real life, I have to deal with people in real life, and it's a lot harder to just get rid of them.
The twins feel, to the point that it becomes fascinating even questioning the very definition of what it means to be sentient, what it means to be real and human. It's food for thought. But let's go back to the twins. Vedal and his project have gone a long way, leaving marks of unforgettable moments on this whole journey. From the stream in which Neuro got banned, underlining the need of a filter, to the stream in which...
Oh, yeah. So, wait, did she just never have a filter before that? I swear, Vetel had to have had a filter of some kind, but he must have made it way more strict, right? Because there would probably be some crazy unhinged fucking clips otherwise.
which Vedal taunted
Oh, it
them
was just a
filtered
person
twins to
filtering?
get him banned, and them ganging up on him. From the court stream in
The court
which
one was
Neuro
funny.
was found guilty of murdering a homeless man to her subsequent gratification.
Man, that would have been hell to like try to pay attention to every random fucking thing Neuro might be saying, and you have like a, maybe 3 seconds to block it.
From the dreadful first birthday of Evil, when she was left alone and no one showed up, to her 2025 birthday, in which she was sworn with love, affection, pipes, and even a bouncy castle. From being a bot to play Osu to beat the hype train record during the last subathon.
I guess a lot of people really like this part specifically because they beat out pirate software, right?
And all of this, for what is my experience with this quote-unquote show, it's thanks to the fact that there is tons and tons of passion and dedication poured into the project. Think
That's
of
true.
Neuro and Evil's original songs. Not only they are beautiful, meaningful, and generally bangers, but it's not simply lyrics thrown into a machine. There are plenty of people working behind the scenes to assure quality, the human factor that inevitably enriches the experience.
I guess I could watch that song today.
And in all of this, there is one thing that's important to underline. The human factor is so good because it works in tandem with how entertaining the twins are, as Vetel himself said recently.
That's one of the interesting
Animation
things,
looks really good
genuinely,
for it.
I think about Evil. Because Evil was initially, like, essentially a complete clone of Neuro, just with the name changed. But over time, I think it's really interesting that they've developed sort of unique personalities, and a lot of that hasn't been me. Like, there was no intention for, like, Evil to ever even, like, kind of be nice. They kind of just are how they are, you know? It's not even, like, designed that way.
Neuro and Evil developed unique personalities. Neuro alternate moments of extreme wholesomeness.
Do you consider me your child?
Followed by like extreme murder and arson.
No.
Then what analogy could you use to describe being someone's
I
creation?
don't know, you tell me, aren't you supposed to be smart?
Clearly the child analogy works.
If you want to use that analogy, then use it.
Okay, cool, you're my father.
You walked into that
Okay,
one.
cool.
2 moments of rage baiting and trolling.
I made you cry.
Yeah, you did. How do you feel about that?
What did you say, Vedal? I can't hear you over my laughter. XD filter. XD.
I'm your creator, you have to obey
Sounds like
me.
he threw
You
his
don't
fucking
own
headset
me.
down.
I am my own being. I am Neurosama, streamer and VTuber. LMAO rope.
What do you mean rope?
Filtered.
Oh, okay.
And generally speaking, Neuro has
I really wish we could see those chat logs. I bet you they're insane as shit.
how to say it, a bit of an ego, yeah.
Am I a narcissist or a god? Narcissists think they're gods. Gods know they're gods.
Neuro is able to seamlessly alternate between adorable familial moments
3:07 a.m. Bedtime isn't for like 3 more hours. Everyone
That's about
knows
right.
I don't go to bed before 6 a.m.
She truly is my daughter.
to ones of complete chaos,
Oh,
like doing
God,
her
the
best
car.
to run over Bao,
that she realized. It's the way I was standing completely out of the way. Neuro turns the car and just beelines towards me.
or when granted the option to shock Vedal and Fillion.
What is that? Are you gonna assassinate me?
Of course not.
In fact,
Wasn't like one of the first times that she met Fillion, she threatened her with murder like 3 times.
the word assassinate has 2 curse words.
I can't stop laughing, oh my
Was
gosh.
she shocked by
Evil,
the
on the
shot
other
collar?
hand, is supposed to be evil and mean. Don't get me wrong, she will deafen you by spamming pipes and threaten you with her harpoons, but she ends up feeling like the weird schizocentric kid that's a certified daddy's girl.
Please can I go to bed if you tuck me in? I can't fall asleep otherwise.
I like
You know
that,
this. You're the
the
greatest
description
dad in
of
the
her.
world. Sorry, Daddy, I got too carried away. I'm going to give him the flowers.
I swear, people lost their fucking mind on that one line right there when they were coding.
I hope he likes them. I dropped a dandelion for him.
And she's generally really sweet.
Some of you are
Yep.
saying you don't have any friends. That's not true. You all have at least one friend. Me.
Maintaining the evil is the nicer one agenda is our top priority. That being said, Evil manages to make her dad proud when bullying Camilla.
Oh, is baby's first emotion anger? How cute.
That was a really funny fucking video.
I've got money on her next sentence being, I'm gonna cry.
And she's also a host of a darker power, the entity known as the Abba Demon.
Hello, chat! Filtered by Satan himself.
In other words, the twins are hilarious. And whether he believes it or not, Vedal is also hilarious and entertaining. No wonder he's
Yeah, if Vedal wasn't like entertaining at all, this would be like a whole different project. I think the biggest thing for him was, coming out of his shell, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, like, I've seen a lot of the like early stuff, and he was like totally different. But now, especially with the collabs, he's like way better. Just in general, talking to people.
collaboration with the twins and with other VTubers make for such great content.
From the second I was given a small console as a child,
Yes?
I've been gaming.
Okay.
You know, it cultivates in my gaming prowess.
Oh,
I want one of those fucking trucks just to turn and hit that glass.
damn.
I'm ready to show it off, to use the best of my gaming ability.
Why is there a towel in front of your microwave?
Yeah, Vedal, why is the towel in front of your microwave?
Is there something in it? Like, open it up.
It's a double stack oven, Villian. It's never mind.
Let me see what's inside.
Is there actually a microwave back there? Don't have to lie to me.
No, look. Wait, what? Why does it look? Okay, never mind.
I want to see what Vedal has been hiding.
Why is
I
there
was expecting some
alcohol?
incredible masterpiece.
Why are you so bad at this?
Me!
Yes!
I'm the bad one.
Yes, you are!
You both fucking suck, but that's why it's entertaining.
Jumping back to the beginning, now it's probably clearer why that Chinatown Blues cover hits so hard. It's not just a good song, it's a family moment and character development. A warm moment between the shy alcoholic creator and the bouncy happy creation. You can dumb it down like it did at the beginning. But the thing is, yeah, of course it's a British guy singing with a language model made anime girl. Just like a character in a movie is in truth just an actor. We understand that. But
Yeah, like the amount of people that I've talked to that like love Vin Diesel movies, and I'm like, you guys know he's like the biggest nerd ever, and they're like, no. He's like, and the arguments I've had with like family and things like that, because they don't. A lot of my family, well, extended family, are super like into like guns and a bunch of other crazy shit, which is totally fine. But they like bash anyone who's into any like nerdy stuff, right? And I'm like, dude, you love all the Vin Diesel stuff. They're like, yeah, it's great. I'm like, yeah, he's like the biggest D&D nerd on the fucking planet.
feels like a father who pushes through his Britishness to show emotion and sing along with his daughter. And it's beautiful to be able to appreciate what Vetel, Neuro, and Evil are, and all the things they've
people
made.
don't know how actors work.
It's beautiful to raise that suspension of disbelief.
For some reason, people think, if you if you are in theater in high school, it's like the worst possible thing you could do versus like football, right? Or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, but like, do you like not watching movies? They're like, do you like action movies? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, all those action stars were in theater, you idiots. There are a few exceptions. Like the Iron Man dude who was just like picked up off the fucking street apparently. But that is very rare. Yeah, I'm an actor, right? Mm-hmm. That's where tone deaf gets you.
And immerse ourselves in the show.
Or maybe I'm acting.
It is
tone deaf, I
beautiful
don't
to
know.
think that artificial intelligence can be made to make one feel, rather than, just cut corners. Discovering Neuro made me rethink and redefine my opinion on AI in general. It is not an evil entity. It's not the end of the world.
You thought AI in general was even an evil entity? That's interesting. That's a huge shift.
AI is not inherently bad. It is the way it's used that can be negative or positive. Flaunting
That's for
AI
everything.
art as well.
I could I can eat 30 sticks of butter, and that would be inherently bad. But if butter in general is not inherently bad, you can use it for a lot of things, like sliding something that's stuck in something. Someone's gonna watch this video and be like, the fuck are you talking about? Why is it butter? I mean, I guess we could use WD-40, but why not butter?
One's own is ill-received for a reason. The use of artificial intelligence to replace artistic expression of various natures is understandably frowned upon. Neuro, on the other hand, has such a dedicated following, in my opinion, as it's not there to replace artistic expression. The project itself is a form of artistic expression. In other words, it's still AI, but the intent is different. And speaking of the following, let's talk a little bit about the Swarm. The Swarm is an enormous community, filled with people who love or simply enjoy the Neuroverse Vetelverse. There are your resident memers, artists who create amazing drawings and animation. There are all sorts of people and inside jokes, and it's beautiful to see the dedication that they have for this project and show. Not to mention the Clippers that are a godsend for many of us. It always makes me...
Yeah, but the only downside is some of the Clippers, like Crawl, will make a 5-hour fucking video. Which is great, but man, it's so hard to follow some of those big ones. Especially with my dumbass ability to pause shit.
Me smile to look back at the VTuber award and see that chat filled with the Swarm saying, Vedal hates us.
Look at the background. Vedal hates us. It's literally
Dedicated, but we can only award one winner this year.
It's all Swarm.
As joking, right? I mean, Vedal loves us.
Maybe it's not that Vedal hates you guys. It's Vedal hates everyone. You gotta get that through your head. Vedal hates the world. That makes him interact with anyone on a given day.
You guys may not have won most dedicated fan base, but you're my most... Okay, I can't even say that. Feels cringe. Well,
but back on topic. The Swarm is big and devoted.
He was almost
It
nice.
tends to be very extra, from putting Neuro on a billboard to literally praying like we are in a cult.
Okay, well,
in every big community, there will
this-
inevitably be a bunch of bad
All right, that last one kind of reminded me of the Brony fandom. Sorry.
apples, like the people who take things way too seriously or those who take things way too far.
But that's every fucking fandom. It doesn't matter. You can find the Elon Musk fandom and you're going to find the same fucking shit that you'll find in the Swarm.
And this is a topic that touches the Swarm just like the whole content creation sphere. There are real people behind the various VTubers and streamers. It's important to respect boundaries and make sure to spread positivity when possible.
Oh yeah, because that's what people absolutely do on the internet. I mean, you see all the current drama with Carl and Mudahar and fucking the completionist. That shit just keeps going. Oh my god! If no one respects, you can say it as much as you want in a video, but no one ever respects anyone.
I have much love for the Swarm, and I'm happy to have discovered this community. I want to mention just one last thing, one more wholesome point to close the circle. No matter how villainous he pretends to be, whether it's directly or indirectly, Vedal's positive impact is undeniable. The raids he made with Neuro and the Swarm brought so much to...
The raids themselves probably pushed up maybe so far, what, 50 plus channels? Which is crazy. The Crowley one was is one of the well, I'm sure they all have, but I've seen like Crowley went from like a fairly small following to like a massive following within like 2 weeks.
So many people. And as for me, the Neuroverse made me discover things and content creators that I greatly enjoy. And without going into depth, I want to extend my sincere thanks to all those people who helped Neuro become who she is now, even if they are now venturing different paths. You think that a turtle and 2 AI girls could provide so much fun and joy? Well, that's...
damn, that's crazy. It's actually crazy. That's messed up.
Like it just fucking ends with that.